Are you looking for a fresh, new way to explore downtown Oklahoma City? Well, on the 20th episode of the Local Okie, I am live with Ryan and Ashley, who is holding the camera,
hey, y'all.
Owners of Ride OKC. And today we're going to be talking about the different tours that they offer, as well as the great scenic views that you can only experience on a bike. But before we get into that, if we haven't had the chance to meet, my name is Jimmy Jenkins, the owner of J&J Medicare Solutions, an agency that helps boomers and seniors to understand their options with Medicare. Also, I am the creator of the Local Okie, which allows me to go out and meet awesome people like Ryan and Ashley and get to experience the different things that I would normally experience. So Ryan, thank you so much for being on the Local Okie.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Man, I came across you on Facebook and I'm like, man, I gotta connect with those guys and see what they got going on. So if you would, just tell us a little bit about who you are, just give us a little bit about your background, and then we'll get into Ride OKC.
For sure. So I'm a native Oklahoman, lived here my whole life, and grew up in Choctaw, Oklahoma, about 20 minutes away from downtown. And I went to OU.
Awesome, Sooner.
Boomer Sooner, man. So I studied architecture there, and been a licensed architect now for quite some time. And man, we Ashley and I met a couple of years ago in a leadership class.
Okay.
Really love to travel and do bike tours and stuff while we're traveling, just to kind of see the city quick and easy. And that's kind of how this whole thing was born.
Okay, so when you guys go out on vacations, you're mentioning earlier that you like to go on bike rides, and gives you a good way to tour the city really fast. And so then you brought that vision to Oklahoma City. So you drew up plans, Ashley crunched the numbers.
Right.
As a CPA, and here we are today with Ride OKC. So when did you get started? How long have you been in business with Ride OKC?
So we founded it last September, and we officially had our soft opening April 1st.
April 1st?
Something like that. So yeah, we've been open a little longer than a month.
Sure.
We had some rough weather there that first month, but we persevered and still going.
Right.
So.
Yeah, we originally had this interview scheduled a couple weeks ago, but then of course Oklahoma weather rained us out, or snowed us out, I think. I can't remember exactly.
Our grand opening snowed out. It was crazy.
But what are some of the different tours that you offer?
Yeah, so we have two standard tours right now.
Okay.
We do a art and architecture tour, which it's a pretty leisurely ride. It's about 7 miles. We start here in the Myriad Gardens, and we kind of go counterclockwise through Bricktown, up through Automobile Alley, and Midtown, and even Sosa, just a little lesser known, and back downtown here in the Arts District. So that's our first tour, and we usually stop, look at some public art, and we'll look at some buildings that I know about, and talk about Oklahoma history.
Awesome.
And then our second standard tour is the brewery tour.
I know I have a lot of friends that would be really interested in this brewery tour for sure. Yeah,
it's a lot popular than the architecture tour, but it's a lot of fun too. So we hit all 5 downtown breweries. And you get beer included in the tour. So you get just kind of a sample at each brewery. A lot of times you'll get to meet the brewmasters. And kind of get behind the scenes, see how they make the beer, like learn about the process. And in between the breweries, we actually do stop at a lot of the architecture and art stops. So you kind of get to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and see it all.
And about how long does each tour take?
The architecture one is about 2.5 hours. And the brewery one's about 3.5 hours. And we give people the option at the end of the tour if they want to like hang out. Like a lot of times people make friends on the tour. So at our last stop, sometimes we stay a little longer if they want. We give them the option.
Now, do you have to be in great shape to go on this bike tour? I mean, is it something that I need to train a month for, or can I just show up?
No, it's pretty leisurely. Like we get all body types, athletic people, just some not really first time riders, but people that haven't ridden in 10 years. And I think our bikes are kind of a testament to that. Like they're pretty easy to ride. 3 speeds. It's just a little shifter on the throttle, and they're real lightweight. So it's I don't know, man. Bike technology has come a long way in the last few years, so I feel like anybody could do it.
Right. And so I was looking at these bikes, and they no longer have a chain on them. What do you call that? What is that?
So this is a Gates belt drive. It's a carbon fiber belt, and
it looks like a belt that you put on that goes on a car motor or something.
Exactly. So it's Harley Davidson's been using belts on their motorcycles for like since the 80s.
Okay.
Most people don't know that, but it pretty much lasts, they say, about 2,000 miles, maintenance free. So with Ashley and I both having full-time jobs,
right?
You know, we don't have a lot of time to tinker with bikes and work on them. So this is like a no-brainer.
Right.
It's only been, I think, a couple of years that they've been doing that on bikes, but
awesome.
We've had really good luck with them so far. Just maintenance free almost.
Good deal. And who provides your bikes for it? Who's the provider?
So we went with the company out of New York City. It's called Priority Bicycles.
Okay.
And they started as a Kickstarter campaign. So it was like a guy, he's like, man, I always want to go ride with my friends, but I go over there and meet them, and like I end up just working on their bike the whole time. Like we don't even get to ride. So he's like, I'm gonna make a maintenance free bike, and that Kickstarter campaign like blew up.
Yeah.
Like they, I think, sold out in like a couple hours or something, and now he's doing it full time.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. They're pretty nice, and I'm looking forward to riding one here in a little while. So, you know, for out-of-towners that are always coming to Oklahoma City looking for something to do, you know, I would highly recommend coming down and, you know, checking out Ride OKC. What are some of the things that you would like to mention that I haven't asked you about?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Ashley's she's not in the camera right now, obviously, but she's a big behind-the-scenes component to kind of make this thing run. You know, like I'm an architect, kind of an idea guy.
Okay.
I know a lot about like the city history and some of the buildings and stuff, but really, man, it's just a wild idea that we both kind of agreed would be a fun kind of venture, and just to kind of give back to our city. You know, I felt like there was a need for it. You know, like Oklahoma City is way cooler than I think a lot of people know. Like even a lot of the locals that come on the tour, they're like, wow, I didn't know this existed, you know? Like, so yeah, it's just been really, really cool to kind of hear some of the feedback from people on reviews and stuff. I'm like, man, that's really cool. Like,
Now, if people decide that they want to go on a tour, can they just show up? Do they need to make reservations? How does that work?
Yeah, so we do take walk-ups. Right now we're just doing weekends. Starting in the summer after Memorial Day, we're trying to bring on some hirees to lead the tours. And we have a website where you can book them in advance. It's rideokc.com. And we do tours at 10 for the architecture and 2 o'clock for the brewery tour. But we also do custom tours. A lot of companies want to do like team building, corporate events, stuff like that. And we can like custom tailor a tour. We can, you know, go see, you know, like a bunch of coffee shops or something. We want to do like a caffeine crawl. We actually are working with a girl named Bailey Gordon, and she has a cookie blog. And so she's teaming with us to do a cookie tour here next month. So we're gonna
I need to go on that one.
Yeah, that one sounds pretty fun. So we'll hit 5 different restaurants, locally owned restaurants, and try their cookies.
Awesome. That's good. And how big? What's the capacity of groups that you handle right now?
Yeah, so right now we have a fleet of 12, or we had 12. We just bought a few more, so we have 15 bicycles. And people are welcome to bring their own bike too. You get a pretty hefty discount, I think 20%. And yeah, so.
And then what about kids? Are kids allowed?
Kids are welcome on the architecture tour. When the law passes for the brewery tour in October, I believe people under 21 can start coming to the breweries, so they could technically bring a child if they wanted, but obviously they can't drink. But and we do have a carry, like a trailer, like a pull behind trailer that you can attach to the bike. So
awesome. And then do you have any other different type of tours coming out in the future that you're working towards, or?
Yeah, we do actually. I'm glad you asked. So we're doing in June, you know, the weather's going to start getting a little bit hotter and stuff.
It's my birthday month too.
Oh, very nice. How old are you going to be?
37.
37, oh, just a baby.
37.
So starting in June, we're going to offer kind of a date night, kind of like a foodie tour. It's not really a foodie tour, but we'll incorporate more of a, I guess, a meal. We're going to call it bikes, bites, and brews. Ashley's kind of talking to me behind
Bites, bites, and brews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
So we'll have a couple of brewery stops in it, and then also a couple of food stops in it. So,
Couple brewery and couple food stops.
Yeah.
Okay.
perfect date night.
Yeah, so it'll occur at the evening when it's not as hot.
Okay.
I think we'll probably start at 6 and end around 9 or 9:30.
Okay. Now you mentioned earlier that you were potentially looking at bringing on people to help with the tour. So, what are you looking for in that type of person to help with that?
Yeah, I mean, more than anything, they need to be passionate about, I think, Oklahoma City.
Okay.
And the key to being a good tour guide, in my opinion, is just being a cool person, you know, like being fun to hang out with. And I mean, they can't be navigationally challenged. Like, you know, I have some friends that have lived here their whole life and they don't know north, south, east, west. Like,
Right.
you got to be able to like find the route. And
Right.
a lot of times there's obstacles in the way. So like
Yeah.
with the streetcar, like the route changes just slightly every day. So anyway, we have to kind of adapt to different things that we didn't really expect. So
Awesome.
roll with the punches.
Awesome. Well, man, I appreciate you being on the 20th edition of the Local Okie. I know this has to have made your day being on
It's
the
been
Local.
really fun, man. Yeah, thank you for coming out.
And like I said, I look forward to going on the tour and seeing what it's all about. So
Yeah.
again, come check out Ryan and Ashley. Support Ride OKC. Again, I'm about to go on this tour and check it out myself. So hope you guys have a great weekend. Take care.